Hi, collective. It's Shana. Oops, excuse me. I'm smelling gasoline for some reason, collective. It's not, it's like a clear aliens, okay? I don't know if it's, I don't think it's gasoline like, it could be gasoline like a car. But I'm getting gasoline like a stove, okay? All right. Archangel Michael, I ask that you preside over this reading. I ask that you protect me and my collective as we channel, transmute, and harmonize the energy for the highest good. Ashe. Ashe, collective. Collective will be using Sassy Spirits card deck. Okay. Funny, brutal, honest pop art. And collective, this will be a one decker, okay? And these are real simple. We're just using one deck, okay? And typically it will be non-standard tarot, okay? All right, let's go. Archangel Michael, what's the situation? Show me. Situation, please. Okay. Show me the obstacle. Someone's angry, collective. Someone's boring, I feel too. All the time. Okay, we can all be boring sometimes, right? I feel like this might be, what do you call those people? I call them flatliners, collective. Show me the spiritual advice. You gotta watch out for those flatliners, though. Because some of them, they love to steal energy, okay? Show me the divine outcome, most likely. Let's get that. Let's keep this as the mystery. I feel like we need this one too. All right, another quick reading. I just saw 2:44 on the timer. What is this one decker about? Nice. First time I've seen this one. Bzz, vroom. I'll settle. My vibration is yelling, I'll settle, okay? Like with this flatliner energy here, okay? Yeah, don't settle, okay? Especially don't settle for a flatliner, okay? Forgive me to those flatliners, okay? Because I feel like they're just going to drain all of your energy, okay? So please don't settle. But maybe this is what someone's done, okay? And they're feeling drained, and this is why, okay? All right, but I'll settle. Your vibration is yelling, I'll settle. I feel like they're saying, don't lower your standards just to be in someone's company. Enjoy your own company until you find someone that's more suitable for you, okay? All right, let's go real quick. We don't need crystals on these, do we? Let's put the crystals collected. All right. The situation, retrograde, stop blaming me, reverse, bad decisions, late to work, texted X, lost keys, Mercury myths, and we just got out of Mercury retrograde, right? Yes, the retrograde is real. No, it's not responsible for all your BS. Okay, so maybe someone's taking responsibility. It's in the reverse, right? Bad decisions, late to work, okay? So maybe someone's making better choices now, okay? Maybe you were the type who used to settle in the past, but no longer. At least not in this situation, collective, okay? All right, let's get something. This won't be long, collective, okay? Show me, why is this retrograde here in the reverse? It says BRB, on break. Even the moon takes breaks. Sit down. So maybe you're taking a break from dating. Maybe you're just deciding to love yourself, okay? Show love and pour love into yourself. And then that way you can bring your standards back up to where it needs to be. Okay, and you don't have to settle. All right, so that's what I'm getting. That someone's taking a break, maybe from dating, okay? Even the moon takes breaks. Sit down. So you're stopping this, collective. Let's go. Astrology isn't a personality disorder. Star chart. Zodiac crazy, okay? Astrology isn't a personality disorder. So I feel like maybe with this card they might be saying that maybe you've relied a lot on like astrology and horoscopes and different things, tarot, okay? And maybe you're using it in a way that isn't beneficial. I feel like you're just using this for everything in terms of deciding your relationships, and you're throwing your own common sense out the window or something. You just, I don't know, maybe you're new to astrology and tarot or something, right? And maybe that's how you were in the past. Maybe, I feel like you're in a better place now. Maybe now the shift is coming because you've had an introduction to tarot or astrology or something. And maybe you're using it more responsibly now, collective, okay? And you're not allowing it to dictate your life, but you're using it as a tool for advancement. And it's helping you to love yourself better and raise your standards more, okay? And maybe it's helping you to figure out better matches as it relates to dating or something. All right, let's get one more. Show me this astrology isn't a personality disorder. Do you feel like you've made a change, or you're about to, as it relates to your dating habits or standards? All right, that's a lot. Oh my goodness, Archangel Michael. Thank you. All right, this personality disorder. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like you've allowed a lot of people to eat off your plate. A lot of flatliners. And you're tired. You've had enough. Why am I here? Slurp, burp. The vibes are off because you keep inviting goblins to dinner, collective. Because in the past, you would settle, collective, for people who they weren't worthy of your time or to be in your space. They did not deserve to be in your company. All right? Star chart. Astrology isn't a personality disorder. Maybe you were using it like that, collective. Don't mistake their red flags for a vibe check. Okay? Let's go. La la drama. Seriously? Not every feeling deserves a full cast musical number. Okay? I feel like you weren't using your own common sense when it related, as it relates to how you may have been using astrology. Okay, maybe you just said, maybe you saw something where they say, okay, well, this sign is compatible with your sign. And you never vetted the person. If they have the same sign that astrology said was a match for you, you just said, okay. Okay, even though the energy wasn't right. Okay, so, but I feel like you're more mature now when it comes to divination possibly, or astrology or something, collective. And maybe you're taking a break as well from astrology and tarot, collective. Maybe you're just taking this time for yourself to really go within and get in touch with your own higher self. And I feel like that's where you're getting your best guidance, okay? But you can use this as a tool, okay? But you don't allow this to dictate your movements in life, okay? That's my opinion. All right. All right. So it becomes a part of you, in a sense. If that makes sense. All right, let's go, collective. Obstacles. Spiritual people can also block people. Okay, so maybe the person was an astrologist or an astrologer, and you felt like, oh, they have to be right because they do this, collective, but they're not right. They're not right for you. They could be a swindler as well. Okay, it looks like it if they're over there eating all the food off your plate, collective, and taking your energy is what I'm feeling, okay? So I feel like this is a swindler, and you've caught on to the red flags, okay? May have taken a minute, okay? But I feel like you're on the right track. All right, I feel like you're investing in yourself, or you're about to, you're starting to, okay? All right, so show me this one, the obstacle that you felt because they were spiritual, and they probably tried to project that since they're spiritual, therefore you can't lose, collective. And you did, collective, you lost with this food. They took all the food off your plate. But then you regained yourself, okay? Because I feel like you have a better mindset now as it relates to yourself and your own balance and the types of people that you're willing to allow into your life, okay? All right, show me this spiritual person that's been trying to block my collective. Congratulations, you're the drama. So maybe you're your own blockage, collective, okay? Maybe. I knew this card was coming, collective. I was about to say it over here. We'll read that in a minute. All right, so maybe it's you. Maybe you're the spiritual one, because this is what I was getting here, that this was you. Okay? And maybe you need a slight break from all this, collective. Maybe like a couple days or something, or a week or two, so that you can really get back in tune with yourself, right? Or just some time to have some self-reflection, okay? And not rely so much on things outside of yourself. Because this can become an addiction as well, okay? I'm sure any of us who've watched tarot, know anything about tarot, we know that, okay? Especially when you're going through something. So maybe you're your own blocker here. Spiritual people can also block people too. Let's see. Congratulations, you're the drama, collective. I feel like you're the drama. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you're the one that's blocking someone else. I don't know, collective. Let's go. The end. Stop looking for closure. Start looking for chocolate. Okay, so I feel like this is the case where you've had to leave someone. Maybe while in the relationship, or this is the obstacle, okay? But while in the situation, you relied heavily on tarot or astrology and things like that, right? And you let your own, logic maybe go out the window, collective. Okay, so now you're taking a break from that way of thinking. Maybe you've changed that part about yourself, okay? And it says the obstacle. You blocking yourself, maybe you're being overly spiritual, collective, okay? And you're losing your grounding or something. I don't know, maybe you got swept away with spirituality or something, collective. I don't know, maybe this isn't a relationship. Maybe these are like friends or something, people that you've allowed into your space, okay? And these people have been eating off you, Okay, but maybe you felt like, okay, these are spiritual friends. Therefore, you can't go wrong. But you excuse me, but you did, collective. But I feel like you're becoming more grounded. Okay, so being overly spiritual is not good, okay? I think this is what they're saying, okay? All right, but it says stop looking for closure, okay? Because you're the drama. Okay, close your house soul, maybe as it relates to a love situation. Or it could be a work situation or something. All right, but the end. Stop looking for closure. Start looking for chocolate, collective, okay? And this disgusting card. You don't suck. You just haven't slept. Energy yarn. Maybe you're up all night listening to tarot, collective. Okay, I don't know. And you're not going to sleep. Maybe there's something you're trying to work through in your life. You need answers, you feel, okay? Maybe you're settling as it relates to friends. All right, what is this closure about? The obstacles that you won't end something? Or it's taking you a long time to end something? Let's just keep that one, Archangel Michael. Bottom of the deck, we have how. The full moon is not an excuse for bad decisions. I feel like someone's been up a lot at night, drinking, okay? All right, let's go. What is this closure? Grr. Feed me first. Collective. Don't channel messages when you're hungry or hangry. I haven't seen these cards. So the obstacle. I feel like you're up. I don't know if you're like a divinationist or something, a spiritualist. I feel like you're up a lot doing divination. Maybe you're an astrologer. And maybe you're looking over some things in your life, collective. Things from the past. But it's like you're overdoing it. You're relying too much on tarot or divination, I feel. You have to bring a balance in, okay? These are like guides. We can use it as a guide, right? And for confirmations and things. But ultimately, we have to, take charge of our own lives, right? And make certain decisions, right? So maybe that's the obstacle. Maybe it's taking you a long time to get to this point where you're ready to take a break, okay? Maybe that was the obstacle, okay? You were the drama. You were the one spiritually blocking yourself, I feel, okay? And maybe you've been like anxious trying to get info. Or as well, this could be the person, the other spiritual person in your life that you felt like because they're spiritual, then they must be wonderful, collective, okay? Maybe you love this person, okay? Maybe a little too much. Maybe you didn't realize you were settling when it came to this person because they look so spiritual, collective, okay? But actually, they wanted you to feed them. Feed them first, collective, okay? To the point where you turn up looking like that woman with those eyeballs. I took the card away. All right, let's go. Spiritual advice. Your growth scares people. Good. So you're growing. And maybe you scared this person, or maybe you scare yourself with your own growth, collective. Let's see. Why is it so scary? Who are they scaring? Collective. It says, I'm cursed. Deadline, spirit guide. You're not cursed. You just need better time management. Okay? I feel like you haven't been able to be your best self and grow the way that you could and you can, right? Because I feel like you're over giving to other people that aren't deserving of it. Or this is what you were doing. before you decided to take a break and focus on yourself. Okay? But I feel like now you're growing. And maybe when you were going through this with this person or this situation, maybe you felt cursed, collective, because so many things were happening. You were missing things. You were missing deadlines. You know, just, I don't know, I'm thinking you probably were very anxious. Because I feel like you haven't been getting proper sleep. You're definitely not eating properly. And you have people or a person draining all your energy, collective. I don't know. How do you expect to be in a good place, right? You settled for, I don't know. I don't know what they are, collective. I don't know what they are. These could indicate like parasites as well, collective. Doesn't have to be out exterior people. Okay, let's go. What's this say? Boundaries aren't mean, they're spiritual fences. This is sacred space. You had to put up your boundaries, strong boundaries, and tell people that you didn't want to be bothered with them. You didn't want them eating off your plate. All right, now it says you are not the main character in their story. Clap, clap, script. So I feel like someone was feeding off of you, like major, big time, okay? You settled for this person because maybe you had been you didn't have a relationship for a while. And they looked almost right, collective, okay? Almost, minus all the sweat, right? Yeah, but you realized they weren't what they were portraying themselves to be. All right, divine outcome. Crunch. Really? Chips, not worth saving. Stop trying to save people who wouldn't share their snacks, right? You were settling. So I feel like now you're working for yourself, okay? You're investing in yourself. You're no longer overgiving to people who don't deserve it. Because it says stop trying to save people. Hopefully this is where you're going, collective. All right, show me. Stop trying to save people. Maybe you're still trying to do it. Hopefully not. I feel like you're on your way there, if not. Okay, that's it. You're not behind. You're just on side quest number 47. That number is important, collective. In the reverse. So you're not behind. You're getting caught up, collective, because you're setting strong boundaries. In the reverse, let's see. Where's my order? Divine timing, 2-day shipping. Manifestation package, okay. Delayed. The universe is not Amazon Prime. Okay, so I feel like you're being more patient with yourself now. You're not expecting relationships and everything to just appear just like that. I feel like you realize that you have to do the work, okay? And the work on yourself more so than just working to help other people, collective, okay? Really balancing yourself out and not allowing people to come in and use you, I feel. Okay, I feel like those days of settling are over, collective. Okay? And I don't know, is that a potion, a love potion down there, collective? Maybe someone used a love potion on you. Okay? All right, last one. Sigh. Do more than this. Try harder. Manifestation journal. Manifestation works better without the bare minimum effort. Okay, so I feel like now you'll have more time once you cut this person loose, right? Or these people. You'll have more time to really invest in yourself and work on your own spirituality. Okay, and you don't have to rely on other people to give you the answer. Okay, you can get insight and guidance from others, right? But ultimately, you're the one making your own decisions in life, right? And I feel like this is where you're headed, okay? You're no longer settling. Or that's the advice. Tick, tick, tick. Loading. Trust the process, but maybe also speed it up a bit. Okay, so yes, you're going through a process of learning to love and accept yourself better. Okay, but I feel like they're saying don't take too long. Okay, because collective, they could have you looking like that. What is that? That card that I moved, collective, with those two eyeballs like that. Okay, so I feel like this is a part of the process. Don't be hard on yourself thinking like, oh, well, why did I do this? Why did I allow these people to come in and eat all the food off my plate, right? And drain all your energy. I feel like it's a lesson in self-love. A lesson in learning how to set your strong boundaries and not feel guilty about it, collective, right? But at the same time, they're telling you don't take too long, okay? Time is critical, and it is of the essence in this case, okay? But trust the process, but maybe also speed it up a bit, collective. Mystery card 1. Trust your gut unless it's telling you to text them, okay? So trust your gut unless it's telling you to go back to these people or this person who does not... there's no even exchange here. Okay, I feel like it's a total mismatch. But they come in the same type of uniform that you wear, spirituality or whatever, collective, okay? They're not what they're portraying themselves to be. Maybe they want to be that, but they just haven't quite met the mark yet, okay? And you don't have time to help this person because you need to help yourself. Show me. You've outgrown the BS. Now act like it, collective. You know what it is. Walk away, right? I feel like this is what they're saying. Okay, it says done. Drama script. Toxic. A toxic love affair, or relationship, friendship, where people don't respect you. And not properly, collective. I feel like because they're incapable. Okay? I'm getting flatliners, collective. That's why they need all the food on your plate. Archangel Michael, give me one card to close it out, please. Oh my goodness, Archangel Michael. Delete. Delete the text. Block the number. Reclaim your peace, collective. Blocked. Let's read these real quick. Fell out here and I'll settle. Lesson learned. Nope. Example 1, example 2, example 2. That's not a soul tie. That's a lesson you ignored twice, okay? Some of us have to retake a test more than once, collective. Or take a test more than once, okay? All right, let's go. Just because you're spiraling doesn't mean you're ascending, okay? I feel like you went through this phase with this person, okay? Or you're coming out of it, okay? I feel like this is where this person is, and you were feeding possibly off of their energy, okay, while they were consuming yours, okay? Let's go. It's destiny, right? Scuttle. If it comes back, it's either meant to be or it's a roach, collective. It's for you to determine, okay? But based on the reading, it sounds like a roach to me, okay? Let's go. Flip. Yeah, you've been doing a lot of divination, okay? Flip. Seriously, stop. Flip, draw. No. What else? If you have to pull 5 cards to justify it, it's a no, okay? I feel like you were pulling cards maybe every hour on the hour with this person, collective. Because this person seems very anxious. They seem like they have a lot of pesky energy around them, okay? I'm getting like, I don't know, monitoring spirits like flies and gnats or something following this person. I don't know, collective. I'm sure they kept that a secret though. All right, collective, like it if you like it.